I was interested in Aubracs in the mid-90s, became interested in Aubracs in the mid-90s because of their offering this efficient cow size. We learned that it's easy to get these continental influenced cattle too big, and that hurts you with heavy carcass weights. It hurts you with a cow size that's too big and too inefficient. So Aubracs were just bred for centuries to have that more moderately framed cow. And you get into that cow, that efficient sized cow, with Aubracs right from the start. You don't have to work that hard at it.
The United States really does not need another breed of cattle unless they can make improvements in what we have, and the Aubrac cattle do have the possibility of making some nice improvements in feed efficiency. We've stayed with them because they've proven to be what we thought they'd be. The cows are very good in the pasture, and they calve easy. Birth weights are light, and the cattle grow comparable to other breeds.
We're definitely seeing these cattle go into a different grazing pattern, maybe eating some of the poorer forages. They work very well in an intensive grazing situation. What we really like too is the calves are extremely thrifty when they're born, up in just a few minutes. It's just less labor on our, the calving part of it. They're working extremely well in our composite program as another alternative to what we already have. They're working extremely well in the feedlot. We've seen substantial gains on a lot less feed. So all in all, they're working extremely well for us.
Well, I think that we're learning very quickly that efficiency is pretty important. Like you mentioned, the high feed price, the high energy price. We really need a cow with that built-in efficiency, and something that's not going to hold you up for high feed costs through the winter, something that's going to rebreed when it comes time in the breeding pasture, and those cattle that'll go on in the feedlot to also carry that efficiency throughout.
The one reason a commercial man should be in the Aubrac business is to retain the females and keep those in his pasture and produce cattle. We really believe that they're efficient, and it's going to be very important in the future that the beef industry become more efficient.
Well, I think Aubrac cattle have a real good position in the commercial cattle business here in the U.S. because of their efficiency. You really have to like the moderately framed cows, the deep-sided, the feedlot cattle with the extra capacity. I think it's very important, particularly in today's world with high feed prices, to be breeding these cattle for efficiency. And I think that translates not just in the feedlot, but for forage efficiency. These cows that we're running, we have some other breeds too, and I think that the Aubrac cows show good hardiness, a good ability to withstand the winters we have up here in Minnesota.
We've always been very cost conscious in our program from the start. And the $5 corn is just icing on the cake. These cattle are just going to take a lot less feed. And in fact, if you put a bale of good grass hay or some type of forage and then some grain in the bunk, these Aubracs always go over and eat the roughage first. They do much better on poor quality feed than any breed we've been associated with.
Well, we have learned that Aubracs not only have this efficiently sized cow, and they do well in the feedlot, but when it comes time to hang them up in our freezer beef program, they really grade quite well. Our data suggests that they're 2/3 choice or above, with a very desirable yield grade, and back fat in the 0.25 or so. So it's just a good combination of efficient sized cattle and carcass doability.
This breed's definitely going to fit in the industry. I think we're seeing some carcass values that these cattle are going to contribute. These cattle are free moving. They're going to correct a lot of problems that are in the industry with other breeds that seem to have a lot of issues just being able to cover a lot of cows. I see the Aubracs in a lot of different areas down the road. Their biggest contribution is going to come on the female side. I believe the Aubracs or an Aubrac cross will be the premier commercial female in the industry.